Hello friends, it's Lisa and welcome to a new vlog. So if you maybe saw last week's vlog, you would know that I kind of forgot vlogging was a thing. I'm planning on weekly vlogging in March for the BTS readathon, and yesterday was Monday, which is when I normally start a new vlog, and I just completely forgot. So it is now Tuesday. I'm starting this vlog now. You really did not miss a whole lot. I'm still making my way through Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. I'm about halfway through, so I genuinely feel like I could finish this today if I actually try. I'm going to be editing my vlog today from last week, but I think once I do that, I'm going to try and sit down and finish this because I've been reading this for way too long, probably a month now. It's time for it to be done. And it's not like I'm not enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this book. I keep putting things in front of it and prioritizing other things. It just keeps getting put to the side, but I'm finally going to finish it this week. I'm manifesting it, it's happening. And then I'm also still listening to the audiobook for The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss, and I'm like a third of the way through the book, maybe a little bit more. And I know that I've said this like a million times before, but me and audiobooks have a very difficult relationship. I don't always mesh with them. I find more often than not I am not really vibing with audiobooks. I just find that I can't really focus with them. I find my mind wandering. Even if I'm just sitting there and listening to the audiobook, I'm not taking it in. So I feel like I'm not really giving this book a fair chance, but it is interesting. There is this murder mystery aspect going on in this book, and there is a big cast of characters. So all good things that I like. But we'll see. Maybe the rest of the book I'll pay more attention and enjoy it a lot more, but we'll see. I'm also going to try and finish that this week as well because I've been reading both Concrete Rose and this book for way too long. It's time for them to be done. But yeah, once I finish those two books, I will be picking my next book for the readathon, and I definitely need to make some good progress because I've only completed 2 prompts. I have completed the group book though, which we could argue is the most important thing, so that's good. But I've only completed 2 prompts for my team, so I need to make some good progress, get some points for my team. Also, if you are participating in the BTS readathon, make sure when you're completing books, you're putting it into the Google Doc. I'll have it linked below, or it's a Google form thing. Just make sure you're filling that out when you complete a prompt and complete a book so that you can get a point for your team. But yeah, I just wanted to say hello and start this vlog. I'm gonna go and work on last week's vlog and editing that and getting that ready. And hopefully I will do some reading today. Hopefully we'll complete the 2 books I've been reading for way too long. Howdy. So I have finally finished editing my vlog from last week. I did some extra editing types of things with this vlog, so it took me a lot longer than normal, which is fine because I definitely want to put in more effort into editing my vlogs and stuff like that. And I've actually had a lot of fun editing this vlog, which if you can make editing fun, you gotta do that. You gotta do anything that will make it fun for yourself. But yeah, I'm just doing one final watch through of the vlog before I upload it. And then I might start attempting to read. What's reading? I'm not really sure. I just kind of want to take a break from staring at my computer because I've been doing that since 11:30 this morning and it's now 3:30. So why did this vlog take me so long to edit? Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll try and edit this one throughout the week so I don't have to do this next week. I always say that and it never happens. So yeah, I'm gonna finish watching this through and then I will probably start reading Concrete Rose. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Franny, so I'll probably text them and say I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna try and finish. I feel like it's doable, but it's definitely doable, but is it doable for me? That's the difference. So yeah, I will be reading soon. This bookmark is going everywhere, and I don't know, I need to read. I need to get through this BTS readathon TBR, so we need to get this done. Oh, don't fall off. Hello friends, it is now Wednesday and I have some breaking news. I remember how to read. But yesterday I read probably 100 or so, maybe more pages of Concrete Rose. I'm now up to page 288. So I think there's 360 pages, so I have 70-ish pages left. So super excited to finish this today. And I'm definitely going to be having a productive reading day today because Sydney from the channel Sid Book Room asked me to join her live reading sprints today. So I will definitely be getting a lot of reading done during those. I actually think I might try and finish this before those sprints. just so that I'm not reading like 50 things, because I think I'm in the mood, I think, to read Anxious People, but I also have the Tea Dragon Society like graphic novel thing, so I might read that and then go to Anxious People, just so I feel like I'm getting a bit farther ahead in my TBR and feel like more productive. But we'll see. If I have to finish this on the sprints, that's okay, but I might try and finish it before those happen. So yes, definitely made some good progress with Concrete Rose yesterday, and I'm really enjoying it. I feel like even though it's technically a prequel to The Hate U Give, I'm still like finding that I'm not quite sure where everything's gonna go. There's obviously some bigger things that I figured would happen, but there's other things that I'm just not quite sure how it's going to end up, so I'm very excited to continue on. I'm really enjoying it. And with the audiobook, The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, I feel like because I've been reading this audiobook for so long that I'm finally getting the title right. I think I'm like 45% through. Yeah, 45%. I have like 7.5 hours left, and I am listening to it a bit sped up. I'm like on 1.75 speed, so we might be finishing that soon. I mean, my hold on my library, like I only have it for 5 more days, so I need to finish it soon. But I think tomorrow I'm gonna film my April journal with me, so I probably will listen to the audiobook while I do that, and then that will definitely knock out a couple hours of the audiobook, so that will be really good and really productive. So yeah, I have the sprints in a little bit. I probably should caption the video, but will I? Probably not, because I really don't feel like doing that right now, so I might do that later tonight. That's my update. I'm gonna go and maybe try and read Concrete Rose, but we'll see what ends up happening. Half the time I like make a plan and then I just get distracted and do nothing, so we'll see. Okay, before we continue on with this vlog, I just wanted to let you guys know that there's going to be links in the description of this video for resources for you to learn about the uprise in violence and hate crimes towards the Asian community right now. Just yesterday, I believe in Georgia, there was a shooting. 8 people died, I think, and 6 of them were Asian women, and it's not okay, and we need to do what we can to educate ourselves and to learn more. And so there's going to be a bunch of links in the description, basically places you can donate, petitions, different resources for learning about what's going on. So I'll have a bunch of links in the description, and I highly encourage you to check them out and do what you can. Obviously, not everyone is in a position where they can donate, but just continuing to educate yourself on what's going on is so important. So that is there for you guys to check out. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that those things were there, and I highly encourage you to educate yourself and to check them out. Hello. It is now a little bit later. It's actually like 6:30. Oh, it's almost 7 o'clock. Haha, time. I've had 3 coffees today. I'm shaking so bad and also very energetic. So this might be a bit of a frantic update, but like, that's just my vlogs. I don't need coffee to be frantic. But the good news is that I got a lot of reading done. We were sprinting for like 5.5 hours, I think. I managed to finish Concrete Rose in the first sprints, and I really loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I feel like anything Angie Thomas writes, I will give 5 stars. I haven't read On the Come Up yet, but I own it now, so I will be reading it this year because I've been wanting to read it for a while. But yeah, Concrete Rose is so good. I found that even though it technically is a prequel to The Hate U Give, kind of, it's following Star, who is the main character in The Hate U Give. You're following her dad in this book. So even though I kind of knew where things were kind of gonna go to end up where, you know, we see like his kids in The Hate U Give, it still felt like it wasn't super predictable. Like I was still like on the edge of my seat wondering what was going to happen and how things were kind of going to come together and everything. So yeah, I loved it so much. 5 stars easily, and I cannot recommend Angie Thomas's books enough, especially if you've read The Hate U Give. I feel like you'll enjoy this as well. So I finished Concrete Rose within the first sprint that we did, and then the rest of the time I was reading Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. I'm rating this for the 13 prompt, which is to read a book with 13 letters in the title, and I got up to page 141, so chapter 34. So I definitely made some good progress in this book on the sprints, and so far I'm really not sure how I'm feeling about it. I feel like the concept is really interesting, and it's doing one of like my favorite things in books, which I think it's one of those things like some people think it's unrealistic, but I think it's really cool, where there's like one character that does one thing and then it impacts this character do this thing, but then this character impacted that character. Like there's a lot of connecting dots with all of these characters involved, and I think that's really cool. That's something that I always enjoy seeing like come together. It's like you read about a character and then you see them have this experience, and then eventually you're reading about another character and you find out that that character interacted with that character. I'm saying characters so many times. Can you tell? I've had my 3rd coffee of the day. But I am liking that aspect, and I don't know, like it's just weird because It starts off being kind of sad. It is about a bank robber that ends up going to a bank that has no cash. It's a cashless bank. So he's kind of like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And then the person working is like, I'm gonna call the cops. So then he runs out, and then he ends up like escaping into an apartment building. And there was a apartment viewing kind of happening. So he goes into that apartment and holds them hostage, sort of. And a lot of these characters are dealing with a lot of different things, a lot of mental health issues. So definitely trigger warnings for suicide and like the discussion of suicide in here. I'll definitely come up with a better trigger warning list by the end of the book. But yeah, it's just weird because there's like those serious discussions and the tone felt really serious at first. And then all of a sudden it felt like it was like a comedy. I was like, what is this book? It just seemed really weird and definitely like a shift in tone. And I'm like, is that supposed, like, I just was really confused. So I'm gonna keep reading. We'll see how I feel about it by the end. But I did make some good progress in that, so that's good. We're doing well. These sprints were definitely super productive. Finished Concrete Rose, started this, got 150 almost pages into this, so definitely made some good progress. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break from reading because I've been reading basically all day. I was reading before the sprints and then obviously during the sprints. But the sprints were so much fun. I'm gonna have everyone's channels linked below. So there was Sydney and Molly who were there like the whole time, and then eventually Darian and Rachel joined us. So it was just a fun group, a fun crew, and I'll definitely have their channels linked below, so definitely go and check them out. But yeah, I'm gonna go and take a break from reading because I've been reading all day and try and maybe get some of my energy out. I don't know if you can see on camera how shaky I am, but I'm very shaky. So good thing my parents went to go get dinner. That'll help. But now I'm just babbling because I don't know how to stop talking when I've had a lot of caffeine. So I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. So it is now Thursday. I can confirm that I did no more reading after the sprints ended yesterday. I just needed a break. But today I think I'm going to film my April journal with me, which should be interesting because I feel like my brain is not like in a creative state of mind right now. Like I'm having a hard time like coming up with video ideas right now, and just I don't feel very inspired and creative right now. So that should be interesting. Hopefully it goes okay. I'm not like super obsessed with the theme, but I also like didn't know what to do because I haven't been feeling inspired, so we'll see what ends up happening with that. But because I'm going to be doing that video today, I'm going to listen to my audiobook while I do it, so hopefully I can get a good amount of the way through that. I'm still only like halfway through, and I think I have to return it in a couple days, so I need to get going. But first I realized I wanted to start uploading videos on Thursdays instead of Fridays, and today's Thursday. The video I was going to post today, I haven't captioned yet, so I'm going to caption that and then do my journal with me video. I don't think it's going to take me that long to caption that video, so that should go quick. Then I'm going to start doing my April journal with me and listening to my audiobook, and hopefully I can get a good chunk of the way through that book because I need to finish it. Okay, so it has now been a couple hours since I think I last checked in with you guys. I have captioned the video, I have filmed and done my April journaling spreads, so that's good that that's done. I'm still not really sure how I feel about the theme that I chose. I think by the time this vlog goes up, that April journal with me will be up, so it's like a rainbow theme. I'm just not quite sure how I feel about it, but I feel like no matter what I would have done this month, I would have felt very like meh about it just because I was feeling like a lack in creativity, I guess, like I was saying earlier. But yeah, it's done, and I think it's going to be one of those times where I finished it and now I just need to like take a break from looking at it and then look at it later and maybe I'll like it more because that happens a lot. But the good thing is that I was listening to The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter the whole time I did my journaling spreads. So I read 20% of the book. I now have like just under 4 hours left of the audiobook, so that's good. So I definitely think I'm going to finish it before my hold runs out. I checked, it's in 4 days, so I got time. So yeah, I definitely made some good progress with that because of the spread, so love that for me. Very excited that I made some good progress. I still don't really know how I'm feeling about this book. I don't even really know if I've talked about my thoughts on it yet, but I just feel very like I'm enjoying it, but I don't feel like obsessed with it. I feel like there are a lot of characters that are being introduced in this book, and I really like a lot of them. Like I definitely think that they have like distinct personalities, but I also feel like because I struggle with audiobooks, I'm getting confused with certain characters. There's just a couple that I'm like, do I know who this is already or is this a new character being introduced? Like, I'm getting a little confused. But I do like the big cast of characters. I like that there's this girl group kind of trying to solve these murder mysteries. I just think it's really fun. But yeah, I'm not like loving it either. Like, it's okay. Like, it's enjoyable. I'm having a good time listening to the audiobook, but I'm not like obsessed with it by any means. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know how I'm doing with the audiobook. I definitely think that I will be able to finish it before my hold runs out in 4 days. But yeah, enjoying it so far. Definitely will be reading probably later on tonight. I think I'm just going to work on editing my April journal with me for now, but definitely will be reading a little bit later on. Okay, good news. I have completed 2 more prompts for the BTS readathon. Suddenly, she remembers how to read. To be fair, one is a graphic novel and one's an audiobook that I've been listening to for almost 2 weeks, so like, is it that impressive? No. But yesterday I just really felt like picking up a graphic novel, and I have the final 2 volumes left of Paper Girls by Brian K. Vaughan left, so I thought about reading those, but then I remembered I have a graphic novel on my TBR for this readathon. So what I decided to do was pick up the Tea Dragon Society, and I believe this author prefers to be called Kay O'Neill, so I will call them that. But I'm obsessed with this. While I was reading it, I was like 20 pages into this, I was like, okay, but do they have Tea Dragon plushies? They do. I finished the book, I put it down, picked up my phone, and was like, Tea Dragon Society plushies. Give me them. They exist. And they also have a card game, and I just like, I want to own everything. I know that there is another book in the series that's already out, and I think there's another one coming out like later this year, and I'm ready to buy them all. I'm ready to buy anything this author has released. I'm ready to buy the plushies. I want all the things. This is just a cute and wholesome story, and the art style's also beautiful. Like, as you can tell from the cover, that it's just so cute. I just really like enjoy the art style. I just think it's so cute, and I just love the colors, and the little tea dragons are just so flippin' cute. And I did end up taking a clip of me when I got to the summer section of this book, because it is divided into seasons, and I'm counting this for the beach prompt, which is to read a book either set by the beach or set during the summer, so that completed that prompt. So yeah, I loved this. I gave it 5 stars. I'm so obsessed with it. It was so cute. Definitely can see myself like rereading this in the future as like a comfort read. If I just need to get a little bit of a boost of energy and happiness, I definitely will turn to this. So yeah, if you haven't read this, I would highly recommend. I also completed finally the Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter audiobook. I finished that this morning. So I ended up reading that a 3.5 star, I think. I liked all the different cast of characters. Basically, like, there's a bunch of different people that kind of come into this book. So we have the daughters of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We also have Sherlock and Watson who come in. They also mention Frankenstein, and just a lot of different people like coming together. And also like the main cast of characters are all these girls that have kind of been experimented on. So there's this really big cast of characters, which I love. I love when there's a big cast of characters, and so that was definitely like one of my favorite aspects. There's also like a murder mystery kind of thing happening throughout this book, which normally would be like right up my alley. Like, I love a good murder mystery moment in any book, even if it's a small part. I'm like obsessed with it. And I did find it interesting. I just felt like the overall plot of this story was just a bit underwhelming. Like, I kind of feel like while I was listening to the audiobook, I didn't really feel like I knew what the direction of the story was. Like, I kind of knew that there was this murder mystery going on and they were looking for certain people and like the murderer and everything, but it just kind of felt more about like the characters and getting to know them and getting to know their history, which is fine. But like, I don't know, I just wish that the plot was a bit clearer. Not clearer, because I understood what was going on. It just didn't feel like that important to everything else going on. I definitely feel like the next book in the series, because this is a series, I think there's 3 books in total, I feel like the next book could be honestly an improvement because we've learned about all the characters. They've all been introduced, so I feel like there will just be more of a focus on them trying to solve another mystery or murder or something going on in the next book. I don't know what the plot of the next book is, but I feel like there will be more of a focus on the plot and them trying to figure things out versus like actually finding out about the characters and learning about them. I did like learning about the characters because I think a lot of the characters were really interesting. It just kind of felt like the plot was just a little underwhelming. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Also, something that I liked about this book that I thought was really cool, and I could also see why people wouldn't like it, is that there's someone in this cast of characters writing the novel. One of the characters is writing the book that we are reading. You're reading kind of their journey and their story, and it's kind of fun because there's these moments where the cast of characters, these group of girls, are kind of interjecting. So it'll be like they're telling the story, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, Mary, I didn't say that. That's not how it went, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I just like those little interjections. Even if they didn't really add much to the story, I feel like it gave us a good sense of like the characters and their bond with one another and how they like interact with each other. Because in this book, we're seeing them all kind of find out about one another and all come together. So it's kind of cool to see like them becoming friends and finding one another, and then also seeing those interjections where they're already like close and basically a family. So I don't know, I liked that aspect as well, but I could totally see why people wouldn't like it because I don't know if it necessarily added anything to the story. Like, there were a couple of times where characters would be like, that's not exactly how it happened or whatever, and it did add like a bit of humor to the book as well, but I could totally see why people wouldn't like it. I just thought it was a little fun addition. But yeah, overall it was interesting. It was a fun book to listen to. I'm not like obsessed with it by any means, but I enjoyed my time listening to it. So I read this for the lie prompt, and that was to read a book with dark themes, so I definitely crossed that one off. I also put this on my TBR because of the Whiners book club. So I've talked about the Whiners a couple times on my channel, I think, at this point, but it's just a book club run by some of my friends, and I wanted to read this book and like join in on their live discussion later on in the month. I think this month is being hosted by Darian, so her channel's already linked below because she was on the live show with Sydney and everything, so make sure you go and subscribe to her, and if you've read this book, you can join in on the live show. You also probably still have time to read it in time for the live show, so there you go. So those are kind of my reading updates. I have completed 4 out of the 7 prompts for my team. I've also completed the group book, so that is good as well. I haven't made any progress with Anxious People by Fredrik Backman either. I'm still like 140 pages in, but I probably will read some of this later on today. I feel like I just kind of still wanted a break from reading after Sydney's sprints, so that's why I read the Tea Dragon Society and listened to the audiobook and finished those. But I definitely will be picking this up and making my way through this. I'm pretty proud of my progress so far on my TBR. I feel like I was slacking a little bit like last week, but now I'm doing a lot better. So I have Anxious People still on my TBR that I need to finish, and then Red Queen and The Last Magician, and I feel like I can do it. I think the Red Queen audiobook, it's probably somewhere, so I could probably listen to it as well as read along physically, and that will go a lot faster. So I'm feeling hopeful that I'm going to finish my TBR. We still have like a little under 2 weeks left of the month, so fingers crossed I get it all done. So yeah, that is my reading update. I'm going to go and do the voiceover for my April journal with me, which I'm not looking forward to. I hate filming voiceovers, or I guess recording voiceovers. I'm not really filming them. I just feel like once I stumble over my words once, I can't get through the rest of the video without stumbling 50 more times. And a lot of times I just like speak incorrectly and then it gets pointed out and then it's just a whole thing. So then I just hate them. I just hate recording them, but you gotta do it. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do that now and just get that over with because really don't want to do it. You know what I love? I just got my April journal with me video done, was about ready to start uploading it, and my Wi-Fi stops working. Well, I don't think my Wi-Fi is working, so I figured I would do an exciting little haul. I have some book mail, and I also, I had a subscription to Ipsy, which is a makeup subscription thing, and we canceled it. Me and my sister both had one, and we both canceled ours, and we're still getting them. So, don't know what's up with that. Can you hear my laptop? It's about ready to take off. But I got March's, so I figured I could show you as well as my book mail. So, I got this fan brush, which is very exciting. I always like getting makeup brushes in my Ipsy, or when I was getting my Ipsy, I always enjoyed getting brushes. So, this is always a good addition. I feel like I have so many fan brushes and I just don't know what to use them for. Like, I use one for highlight. Like, I don't need 50, but oh well. I also got this oat milk latte cleanser from the brand Sweet Chef, and I'm definitely gonna have to look into this because I have no idea what this is. I've never heard of this brand. I mean, I know what a cleanser is, but I've never heard of this brand. So gonna have to look into that. Then I got, yes, this is a highlighter, which is gonna be too dark for me. This is not probably the best lighting for me to be showing you makeup, but oh well. It's like a pinkish highlight. It's really pretty. I just don't think it's gonna work for my skin. I think it's gonna be too dark. And I always had my preferences on the website as like very pale. Like I clicked the palest option and I still get things that are too dark for me. So I don't know if that's them sending me the wrong things or just the fact that I'm so pale. Then I also got this eyeshadow duo, which doesn't look like much like in the pan. It's like a purple and a pink shade, but like in the light it reflects really pretty and there's like a lot of different shimmer and glitter in it, so I'm very excited to use this. I feel like purple and pink eyeshadows look really nice on my eyes because I have green eyes, so it makes them like really pop. And then the last thing I got I'm very excited about, it's this Milk Makeup. I think it's like a blush and lip tint thing, so it's like a cream blush, and I'm really excited to use it. I don't know if you can see the color. Again, I chose a bad place to put this camera because the lighting is bad over here. But I'm very excited to try this because I've been wanting to try Milk Makeup. I've also been wanting to try like cream products in general. I was always scared of using them for a while because my skin used to be like super oily, and I still definitely have like combo skin, but when my skin was like very oily, I was like, what's the point? It's just gonna slip around and be gross. So I've never really tried like cream products before, so definitely excited to try that out. And then also just the bag is really cute. This was one of the cuter ones that they've chosen. Some of the Ipsy makeup bags have been not cute, but this one's cute, so I'm excited about this one. I'll definitely keep that one. I have so many makeup bags because of this subscription, so I have to get rid of some because there's no reason for me to have this many. And good news, our Wi-Fi is working now, so let me try and upload this video. And then the book mail that I got, I'm super excited about. So someone from the company Books Forward reached out to me and asked if I wanted to receive a copy of The Descent of the Drowned by Anna Laldine, and I'm so excited for this. I just want to read it like right now. Also, this cover is absolutely stunning. I'm obsessed with it. This could count for BTS readathon prompt. Actually, this could count for gold on the cover, so maybe I will read it right now. But basically in the email, it was pitched as like City of Brass, which I haven't read that series, but I've heard a lot of good things about it and I definitely want to read it. And also An Ember in the Ashes, and if you know me, you know I love An Ember in the Ashes, so that instantly I was like, okay, yes. So I'm just gonna read the description of it because I feel like if I tried to summarize this, I would probably end up like getting confused, and I just want you guys to know what it's about. So the description says, as the sacred slave of a goddess, Roma is of a lower caste that serves patrons to sustain the balance between gods and men. What she wants is her freedom, but deserters are hunted and hanged, and Roma only knows how to survive in her village where women are vessels without a voice. When her younger brother is condemned to the same wretched fate as hers, Roma must choose between silence and rebellion. Leviathan, I think I'm saying that right. I looked it up and listened to it a million times. Leviathan is the bastard son of an immortal tyrant. Raised in a military city where everyone knows of his blood relation to the persecuted clans, Leviathan is considered casteless, lowest of the low. Graduating as one of the deadliest soldiers, he executes in his father's name, displaying his worth. When he faces judgment from his mother's people, the clans, Leviathan must confront his demons and forge his own path if he ever hopes to reclaim his soul. But in the struggle to protect the people they love and rebuild their identities, Roma's and Leviathan's destinies interlock as the immortal tyrant hunts an ancient treasure that will doom humankind should it come into his possession. A living treasure to which Roma and Leviathan are the ultimate key. I mean, does that not sound great? I'm so excited about this. I also think that my friends Andrea and Armin also received copies of this, so I think we're going to buddy read it, and I'm just super excited. So thank you to Books Forward and also the author for sending this out to me. I'm super excited to read it. I also am a bit emotional about it because this is the first time an author or anyone has sent me a physical copy of a book since starting my channel. It's the first ARC I've ever received, so I'm just feeling very grateful and very lucky. It also came with this bookmark, and on one side it just has like the book and like when it's being released, but on the other side, look at this art. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. If that doesn't make you want to read it, I don't know what will, because that is very exciting. So yeah, I'm super excited to read this. I might actually pick this up this month. I have to message Andrea and Armin because I think, like I said, we're going to buddy read this. So if they want to start it soon, I would be down. But yeah, that was my little haul to distract myself while I waited for our Wi-Fi to get it together. So now I'm just gonna wait for this video to upload and probably work on the thumbnail. Very exciting stuff. I know, my life is just so thrilling. We haven't vlogged in this spot in my room in a while. We're back on the floor. All right, so got some bad news and some good news. I guess the bad news is it's not really that bad. This morning there were some BTS readathon sprints and unfortunately I couldn't join. That's the bad news. Basically, our Wi-Fi was still acting weird. I think I was saying that yesterday that our Wi-Fi was just kind of was turning on and off a lot, and it was still kind of happening this morning. So missed out on the reading sprints, but that's okay. I think the ones that are happening next are on my channel, which when you're watching this, it'll be happening this weekend. So make sure you come and join. So yeah, I definitely will be there for the next ones because I'm hosting them. But that was the bad news, I guess. The good news is that I just finished applying for monetization on YouTube. I'm just as confused. I think after you apply, it takes a little bit for them to actually like review your channel and stuff. I don't think it takes that long, but I know I have to wait for that to be done. But yeah, I just got done applying and it feels very strange. I am very confused. I feel like there's a lot that comes with being monetized that no one really talks about. Like, I don't know, I just don't quite understand how it all works, but I've already watched a couple of videos talking about it, and I know I have friends who are monetized, so if I have any questions I can definitely ask them. But yeah, it's really weird. It's very exciting. I just wanted to say thank you for like subscribing and watching, because that's what is required to get monetized, and I would not be able to do that if people weren't watching. And I just appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. And now I'm gonna be monetized. That's so weird. There's gonna be ads on my videos. What? But yeah, I just wanted to share that little bit of information because it's very exciting and I feel like a big moment in this channel's history. How dramatic can I be? But I just wanted to say thank you and just to talk about it because I'm really excited, and I feel like it's something that I wanted to share because it's exciting. As for a reading update, you would think with the fact that my Wi-Fi wasn't working for like a part of the day today, I would have gotten some reading done. No. Instead, I played Animal Crossing for the first time in months. I haven't played, I think, since like the beginning of the year. Actually, I don't know. I know I played on New Year's Eve, but I don't know if I've played I might have played since. I don't know. I haven't played in a really long time. So long that when my character like came out of her house, she was like, her hair was all messed up and like it was not good. It's been a while. So yeah, I played Animal Crossing instead of reading, and I don't think I've read anything else since I last checked in. Alright my friends, it is now Monday, which means it's time for me to wrap up this vlog. I didn't end up finishing Anxious People. I think I have like 80 or so pages left, so I will definitely be finishing it this coming week. But yeah, I just wasn't really in the mood to read this weekend, so I didn't really force it. I just kind of read when I felt like it, so I didn't quite finish it, but I'm definitely going to finish it this coming week, and I am starting to, I think, enjoy it a little bit more. I feel like I'm starting to understand like things that the author's done and the reason why characters are acting certain ways, so I'm excited to finish this. Other than that, I managed to finish 3 books this past week. One was Concrete Rose, which I gave 5 stars. It wasn't for the BTS readathon, but I still read it, still finished it, and I absolutely loved it, and I highly recommend. I also finished The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, and I gave that a 3.5. I'm really excited to hear the Winers talk about it. I think because I felt so neutral on it, and I know that some of the people in that book club have had various opinions on it, so I think it's going to be an interesting live show. And then the last book I finished this past week was The Tea Dragon Society by Kay O'Neill, and I gave that 5 stars. It was so cute, so wholesome. I kind of haven't stopped thinking about it. Like, I really want to get the next book. I really want a Tea Dragon plushie. So yeah, overall a very successful week. I now, once I finish Anxious People, will only have 2 prompts left to complete, and I think I'm somewhat confident that I will be able to finish that, but I will be continuing to vlog the rest of the month, so make sure you subscribe and stick around so you can see what I end up reading, what I end up getting up to, and if I complete my TBR or not. But that is going to complete this week's vlog, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!